Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And for today's vlog, I will make a video about the overview of the microbiology. Please watch. An overview of microbiology. Microbiology is defined simply of the study of microorganisms, with micro meaning small and biology referring to the study of living things. The microorganisms studied vary widely, and the field of microbiology is broken down into many subfields of study. The field of microbiology is critical to human beings, not only due to the infectious disease caused by these microbes, but because good microorganisms are necessary for us to live the planet, considering that the bacteria in and on our bodies outnumber our own cells. This field of study could be considered one of the most important areas of knowledge and studies. Types of microorganisms. Microorganisms or microbes are small living things. Most of these organisms cannot be seen by the naked eye, and until the invention of the microscope and germ theory, we had no idea how plentiful they are. Microbes are found nearly anywhere on Earth. They are found in boiling pools of water in Yellowstone and in volcanic vents at the lowest depths of the sea. They can live in salt flats, and some thrive in salt water. So much for using salt as a preservative. Some needs oxygen to grow and others do not. The world's toughest microorganism is a bacteria called Deinococcus reducans, a bacteria which can withstand radiation to a phenomenal degree, as its name implies, but can also survive without water, exposed to strong acids, and even when placed in a vacuum. Classification of microorganisms in microbiology. There are many different ways in which scientists have classified and in doing tried to make sense of the millions of microbes in our midst. Multicellular versus unicellular versus acellular. One of the ways microbes are classified is by whether or not they have cells, and if so, how many microorganisms may be. Multicellular, having more than one cell. Unicellular, having a one cell. Acellular, lacking cells such as viruses and prions. Prions are usually referred as infection proteins rather than microbes. Eukaryotes versus prokaryotes. Another way in which microorganisms are classified has to do with type of cell. These include eukaryotes and prokaryotes. So, eukaryotes are microbes with complex cells. We have a true nucleus and membrane and organelles. Example of eukaryotes include helminths or worms, protozoa, algae, fungi, and yeast. Prokaryotes are microbes with simple cells, which do not have a true nucleus and black membrane bound organelles. Example include bacteria. The major classes of microorganisms. The different types of microbes can also be broken down into parasite, fungi and yeast, bacteria, viruses, prions. So, parasites are sometimes more frightening than other microorganisms, at least when they can be viewed with the naked eye. Parasites include helminths or worms, flukes, protozoa, and others. Example of parasitic infections include malaria, Giardia, and African sleeping sickness. Ascariasis or roundworms are known to infect 1 billion people worldwide. Fungi and yeast. Fungi are microorganisms that are in some ways are similar to plants, yeast, and a type of fungus. Examples include acne, food or other types of yeast infection, which all fall under the class of fungal infection. This category also includes the mushrooms and molds, or good fungi, that live on our bodies and do not cause disease. So next, bacteria. Bacteria, we have more bacteria in our own bodies than human cells, but the vast majority of these bacteria are healthy bacteria. So they protect us against infection from bad and or pathologic bacteria and play a role in digesting our food. Example of infection caused by bacteria include tuberculosis and strep throat. Okay, next, viruses. Viruses are abundant in nature, though the ones most people are familiar with are those that cause human disease. Viruses can also infect of other microorganisms such as bacteria, as well as plants. Immunization have decreased the risk of some frightening disease, but others, such as Ebola and the Zika virus, remind us that we haven't begun to conquer miniature menaces. Prions. Most scientists at this time do not classify prions as microorganisms, but rather as infection proteins. That said, they are often studied by virologists. Prions are essentially a phase of abnormally folded protein and may not appear frightening at first, yet prion diseases like mad cow disease are some of the most feared infection diseases. History of microbiology. What we know about microorganisms, and which will be discussed further below, is relatively new in history. Let's take a brief look at the history of microbiology. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.